What's up guys, Paladin Cross Rider here, and today I've got my Orfist deck profile. With Festival Collection, this deck got a huge upgrade in the form of a new Orfist, so I feel like it's worth looking at it now. So let's get started. Got one of the starters, the grade 1 that searches out your world order, Cubicia. All of these are necessary for your deck to function, so definitely play this ride line. The starter is the only thing you could swap around. And then I run one of the old Orfist. I tried running Regis and I didn't like it because by the time you ride into Regis from the ride deck, you would have 3 orders on the board, meaning you would counterblast 1 and discard 1 to call 1 Shadow Army token. So I feel like right now, running the old Orfist is fine. You do lose out on the Persona ride, but in exchange, if you use his skill, you get 3 Shadow Army tokens. So you're still gonna be able to call those in all 3 columns if you want, or in 2 columns. So you're still able to get the same amount of power that you would with a Persona ride anyways. And yeah, just a little better than Regis right now in the ride deck. Then I run for Regis. This card is really cool. Glad we got a new grade 3. Better than a grade 4, I would say, but you kind of treat it like a grade 4 in most regards because you ride it on top of Orfist. And its skills, when it's placed on Vanguard Circle, you choose 1 world order from your hand or drop zone and place it into the order zone. And because of the way this works, if you play that order in the order zone with this effect, you can't ignore the cost of those cards because of the wording. So no having to Soul Blast or Counter Blast for them, it's just straight to the order zone, which is pretty cool. And then when this unit attacks, if you are in Abyssal Dark Knight, you Counter Blast 1 and discard a card from hand. And for every 2 world orders, you call 1 Shadow Army token to rear guard circle, and this unit gets 5k, so allows for multi-attacking. Really good when you have 4 down, so you can call 2 Shadow Army tokens to the front row, which is why I like using Old Orfist to set up the back row first, and then the multi-attacks come after that. Then for World Orders, 3 Overcoming an Eternity to power up the tokens when they're placed. I'd say this is the best order with Regis now. 3 Eclipse Moonlight. This is really good for Regis because you call a Shadow Army token down. However, you don't want to play this too early because it would interfere with Old Orfist having to counterblast 2, so you have to play around your opponent, see how much damage they're willing to give you, and if they're going to try and damage deny you to keep you on Old Orfist, then go into this. Just make sure you have 4 orders by the time you get into Regis. If you can't use Orfist, then this will get you the Shadow Army tokens instead. And then 3 Halloween Moonlit Night. This deck needs a lot of pieces by the time you ride to your 2nd grade 3, so you play this down and you're able to draw cards, so cycles through a little bit faster and just helps. Then for grade 2s, run 4 Destajade. This is a cool card because if you have 2 orders down, then it's a 15k unit during both turns, and then it also can sack 3 Shadow Army tokens at the end of the battle it attacks to restand itself. That's not locked to once per turn, so if you use Regis and you have 3 on the board after a 2nd attack with this, you can sack those 3 and restand it again. So if you attack with Regis, you apply all triggers to this and you get 2 swings with multiple crits. Run 3 Penguin, cut 1 Penguin for an order, but still run 3 because it ups the consistency for seeing your world orders. You check the top 5 after discarding it, and if there's a set order in there, you can add that to hand and shuffle your deck, so keep it there for consistency. I run 2 of the Snake. This one ups the consistency a little more. You can cut one of these for the Penguin instead. I just like 2 because while it searches less and puts the units or the cards on bottom of the deck, it does leave a body on the board, so if you're on Old Orfist, you can still call this down, check the top 3, and swing with 25k with a Shadow Army token in the back. 4 Bulbamine. I was running 2 Thumberino in the place of one of these and one of the grade 2s. but this card was just too good. You're using a lot of resources in the form of Counterblast and Soul Blast in this deck, so by playing 4 of these, it gets your engine to play a little longer than normal, and makes your Shadow armies 23k attackers, which is really good. Then for Perfect Guard, play this one just because it's got the bonus effect, not much more to say than that. For triggers, we run one of the Brandt Gate over trigger, still the best one in the game, doubling the power and critical of all your front row units, which is extremely good. Then 4 of the Vanilla Crit and 4 of the Move to Soul 2k. You can run 4 or 8 Vanilla Crit if you want, but the reason I run 4 of the effect one, while less power, it does move to Soul and give 2k. The 2k is kind of irrelevant, but the move to Soul is really necessary to be able to play more of your World Orders down. 3 draw triggers, I was running front triggers, but I really needed to see pieces because by the time you hit your grade 3, you do need to see another Regis in hand, and you have to see at least 3 World Orders, aside from the one you add to hand from your grade 1, so having draw triggers just to up the consistency of seeing all your pieces. And then finally, 4 heal triggers. I value the 15k shield in this deck more than the effect of the other heal triggers we recently got, but if you want, feel free to cut one of these for either of those 2 heal triggers. They're solid effects. I just feel like there aren't too many decks that this deck has a problem against right now that you really need to run those and check them with. So anyway, that's going to be it for this deck profile, guys. Really fun deck. I don't think it's going to be a top deck right now. I feel like there's some pieces it needs to speed it up a little bit more and get it going, but until then, it's really enjoyable, and I highly recommend picking it up if you're able to. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.